Hello and welcome to this week's podcast on the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. Today we'll be talking with an Armenian who is now living in London. The conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan started on the 27th of September and a ceasefire was brokered with the support of Russia on the 10th of November. Overall, the intense fighting lasted a month and 2 weeks. Over 5,000 soldiers were killed in the recent conflict and more than 150 civilians. With our guest today, we'll be discussing how the conflict as a whole was not reported and published by the UK media, and how there has been very little to no information on the thousands of people displaced by the war. First of all,
Hi.
thank you so much for letting me talk to you today. I appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just for those that don't know, so could you just introduce sort of like your name, what you're studying, where you're living, just sort of like who you are as like who you.
Okay, so I guess the most important thing is that I'm Armenian for this interview. I was born in Armenia, but then I went to study in Europe, in Budapest, and then I moved around, and now I'm in UK. So I'm a PhD student in Brighton.
So why do you feel the Armenian/Azerbaijani conflict in
Nagorno-Karabakh.
so why do you feel like that conflict wasn't covered by the English media as much?
Because I saw more articles about how Trump's hair looked like than articles about the conflict, and not just Armenian conflict, any kind of conflict going on in the world. It's just that the media is more concentrated on personal kind of stories, maybe, or what they can get attention with, rather than spreading real news around. So that's what concerned us, because we thought that everyone has the right to know what is going on, because this is not just a threat to just one nation, right? But it's also somehow cultural, and because a lot of cultural monuments are destroyed by war. So I thought people should be interested, and also in humanitarian crisis.
Thank you. Could you tell us a little bit more about what you've been doing to help those in Armenia?
Okay, so I know quite a few organizations that in Armenia through, for humanitarian aid and helping people who have been displaced, or, for example, kids whose fathers died. So there are quite a few initiatives, and I'm trying to participate in all of them or raise awareness about them. I have friends who are actually doing the main job, who I'm helping whenever I can financially, whenever I can, raising awareness. And I think that's pretty much what I'm doing.
What can be done now to help the people?
Yeah, I think that right now there's just a few things that the international community can spend time on and see what they can help with, and that's the prisoners of war. That's the war crimes that have been committed, and that's the cultural heritage that's being erased, and the humanitarian crisis needs of the people, and talk to them and see how you can help them, or just see, I don't know, in Armenia what are humanitarian needs, because they are published all the time. So I think those are the ways that you could help. Okay. I mean, as an international.
Well, thank you so much. I would also like to thank you all for listening today. As you might already know, or maybe not already known, this is a really complex issue, and it's not an issue that's going to be going away anytime soon. As with most wars, the fighting may have stopped, but this does not mean the suffering has. I have asked Alara to send me links to relevant charities and organisations so that we might be able to help those that need it most at this time. As we know, winter is well underway, which means that the need for clothes, shelter and food is even more than before. This is a massive humanitarian issue that has really gone under the radar, and hopefully not for much longer. Please tell your friends, your family, and share this online and the information discussed within it with others, for we really do need people to know that in Europe, as in with the rest of the world, there are people that need help. Last of all, there are still many prisoners of war that have not been able to return home. It would be amazing if you could write to your MP and politicians and put pressure on the international community to make sure that these men and women come home. You may not have known about this conflict before, but now you do. Please act now.